the 14th Amendment, as you know very well, says that no state shall deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. And the amendment, as you know, also specifically empowers the Congress in Section 5 of the 14th Amendment to the power to enforce by appropriate legislation the provisions of this article. Now, I think I know the answer to this, but I'll ask, do you believe unborn babies are persons whose equal right to life is protected under the 14th Amendment? Would you call on Congress to use this Section 5 authority to protect the unborn? Or do you believe that you're obligated to defer to the declaration of majority now 40 plus years ago in Roe versus Wade, unless and until Roe is overturned by a future decision of the court or a constitutional amendment? Is there something that can be done now?
I mean, if you go back to what is the definition of person, which of course isn't defined in the Constitution. And I've said this over and over and over again, that we need to err on the side of being open and welcoming and accepting of all of God's creation. All human beings should be considered persons, and that we should have a very bright line, because once you move that line away from a person and a human being are the same,
right, then
it's up to 5 judges or a Congress or whoever, a president, to determine where we move that line. And so I've always taken the position that we have an obligation to push back on a court that got it wrong back in and a court that got it wrong on the gay marriage issue just this year. That both of those decisions were an act of judicial tyranny and judicial supremacy, and that other branches of government have an obligation to confront that. Because if I were to be successful as president of the United States, I get up and I take an oath of office, and I swear to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. I don't take an oath to say I uphold and defend the Supreme Court's determination of what the Constitution says. I have to look at that Constitution, and I have to decide to uphold and defend it. You say, well, wait a minute. That can result in tyranny. That the President of the United States can determine what the Constitution says and act accordingly, and do things that the Supreme Court says they can't do. What's the impact of that? Well, the impact is actually much less severe to a society than when a court does it.